So, Giannis, let's make my style of the coffee.
Let's jump into the next level, I would say.
Let's do that, yeah. So, actually, my favorite tool is Aeropress. Do you know what it is?
Not really.
So, the Aeropress is a plastic tool, as you see. Yeah. It's quite lightweight.
It feels good in a backpack too.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So, it's actually your full espresso or coffee making machine in your hands. So, it works, reminds me of syringe. Right, so you have a filter holder on top.
So you need to carry with you the filters.
You need to carry, but come on, like 100 filters will be like, or like you go for 10 days, 10 filters, it's nothing, right?
Weigh's
so
nothing, yeah.
So basically, this is where you fix your filter, and then remaining is your brewing tool, which is the chamber of coffee preparation. So basically how it works, you can do it in two ways. I'll grab the mug. So you can do it in two ways. So the first would be closing the filter on top, putting Aeropress like this, right?
Add coffee there.
Putting your coffee or water first and then coffee in, whatever you like, right? Then stir it, then closing the...
And then just push it down to your mug.
And then keep for a while as well. So infusion is important, so some infusion time. So you keep it to infuse. And then you basically press it down in a cup. So what you get is a clean coffee
without any small
in your mug.
in there.
Without any residues or any kind of remaining grains in the coffee.
You know what?
Let's do that.
I would like to try your way.
Let's do it. So, but what I do actually is a little bit opposite. So I use mug after that. So I do reverse way. So basically I do like this. So freestanding and then putting water inside with the coffee, stir it up, and your coffee is done.
Different type of coffee now.
So what I would be doing now, I would be grinding coffee. Because as I said, I am really much of the coffee flavor geek, so I would like to have every flavor coffee has in my cup of coffee. So that's why I'm going to be using freshly ground coffee.
It's like, if you remember, the Peter Gabriel said, we are what we eat. It's like,
and that's true.
If you can get the best out of the coffee. Too.
Absolutely.
For that you need a grinder, yeah?
So the grinder is basically your tool to open a bean. And whole potential in a bean, which is locked in a bean, right? So that's why basically opening up the coffee bean just before brewing gives you the most of the flavors in your cup.
And so for that reason, I would put in my backpack.
Yeah. So there's different types of the grinders.
Yeah.
So I use this Comandante. It's hand built in UK. Beautiful quality, some protection on sleeve on top, but you have really, I would say, top-notch grinding quality in your backpack. So you can always go down in a grinder quality. So obviously there are some lighter versions of the grinders available, which are made out of the steel and ceramic blades, right? So that's also a good option if you are kind of on a weight limits, right? So, but if you're not, this is a great choice to go.
So my water is boiled. We can go ahead.
So yeah, let's do it. So what I would need, if you could just put a drop of the water on top of the filter.
Drop.
Yeah.
I'll try.
That's it. That's it. So as you see, the filter will quickly gonna stick
to the plastic, yeah.
To the plastic. So now it holds. Otherwise, if it will be dry, it will be falling out. So we'll leave it here. Right. So the next thing is I'm gonna put my coffee. So we already pre-ground it. All right. So chop in your coffee.
How you call this thing?
Aeropress.
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 Aeropress. That's guys what you're gonna need.
That's Aeropress. Grinder.
No.
Aeropress. Giannis, answers. So, and the rest is very simple. So, can I ask you to pour the water on top?
Yes.
So, just maybe keep it not completely to the top because the coffee will bloom. So, we don't want to overflow. Okay. That's nice. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. That's it. That's it. So what I would do first is I would try to integrate again all the coffee grinds into
the same we did it
exactly. So
previous time, yeah.
but here I am not really caring of how the coffee will settle on the bottom of the drink, like an in cup, because it's going to be anyway filtered. So after blooming, as you see the coffee, and after the stirring, it's just slightly dropped in a volume. So I can top up a little bit more with the water, right? Until it's reaching the limit. So again, some praying time.
3 minutes?
Hands warming?
Yes.
I would say 1 minute.
1 minute.
Okay.
With our fire.
Yeah, it's good.
Basically, we are playing with elements. Yeah?
Yeah.
Water, the fire, the coffee, the earth,
And the time.
and the time.
So here for the Aeropress, you can play with the grind. And that's the beauty of having a grinder with you, because you can always make finer and coarser. And even if you want to make almost like espresso type of the coffee, you can go really, really fine with that. And you're going to make really high intensity coffee. So it's possible with the Aeropress. And if you want to go with a light cup of coffee,
Also,
right? So you make much coarser and you play with the times. And also always bear in mind, so how much you're going to integrate the coffee or how many times you're going to stir it, gonna influence also how much flavors coffee gonna give to the water, right? So more you touch coffee, more it gives the flavors.
So basically, this is the way you are walking, and you can really come to your taste.
Exactly. So there's a lot of options you can explore with Aeropress. This is the beauty of Aeropress. So one thing you need to make sure with Aeropress, once you lock it, so try to make sure you did it well. Yeah, right? Another thing, try to not slip the bottom out, right? Because it's gonna go out. So the rest is very cool. So you put a cup on top, a little bit of the circus element, and you're done. So now just put your weight on top. You don't need to press it with the power.
Just
right?
with your weight.
So I'm just put my hands. So try it. So just put your hands, and it's just gonna brew itself, right?
Yes.
Because it's already sliding down.
Slightly, yeah, going down.
Exactly, and this is where the filtration happens. You're gonna have a beautiful, clean cup of coffee in your mug.
So it's kind of meditation too, to make your coffee.
It is, and it's very simple. I can also help you, yeah? So it could be like this.
Yes, it's teamwork. Oh yeah, you see?
It makes two people to make coffee.
Yeah. That's why it's a teamwork. Yeah.
And it's like in Africa they're saying it takes the whole village to grow the man.
The whole life probably, yeah.
Cool.
So this is done.
This is done. So we take it off. Another beauty of this is once you squeeze it out fully, so you compress the coffee cake. Can we grab a tissue? I'll show you what's happening. Let's say you are not in outdoors, but you are in fancy hotel. So what do you do with the coffee waste? So you unscrew it. Here you go. Nice cake. It's done. And this is gonna be only rinsing. It's clean, right?
Yeah, just wash it.
Yeah, exactly. So we can fold this up. And that's your waste.
Give it to the fire too.
Give it to the fire as well, yeah. To the gods. Back to the gods.
Clean.
So, Giannis, let's have some Aeropress.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers again.
Thanks for sharing this experience.
Always welcome. If you have coffee.
Yeah, guys, if you don't have a coffee, then you just don't have a coffee.
Or, you know where to find some. How is it?
It's super clean also. No, these small little details which left in
Yeah, no grains at all.
yeah, grain stall, yeah. What would you say about
Classic Italian.
classic Italian? Because I have seen that most of you guys are carrying these pots.
If you want to be Italian stallion, you can be Italian stallion. So.
Why not?
No, this is a good way of making intensive coffee, but also, do you agree that this has enough of intensity, right?
Definitely, yes.
So it's quite intensive. So because we use some pressure, right? So the Moka pot is also beautiful. I see this more like domestic version of the making for intensive coffee. I would still prefer Aeropress, even from the weight comparison. If you carry it with you, right?
This one is
perfect,
yeah.
and it's never gonna break, right? So just few filters with you. So here I would have two suggestions, right? So it contains from the three parts. So the bottom part where we're filling up the water, always check that it's always until the valve. Don't cover the valve. This is your filter basket where you're actually filling up with the coffee. So top it up to the top, right? And then is your collection chamber, right? So when the coffee travels through this
Going up, yeah.
net or the filter, they start to go up, and that's where you get a clean cup of coffee, right? So there is a few tricks you can do here. So the first of all, try to pour pre-boil water.
Hot water. Right?
Already hot water, yeah.
Okay.
So once you already steam the water here, so boil it in. So it's gonna take less time for the coffee to be locked in this
Situation.
in this nasty situation
Yeah.
where it's actually overheated, right? So basically, coffee doesn't like to be boiled, right?
That's
so
why we use the 95 degrees.
exactly,
not the boiled water,
yeah. So as a maximum, pretty much, right? So that's why here, to help get the balanced and not burn taste of the coffee, so I would suggest go with the hot water already here inside. It's gonna also take you less time on
the stove. Yeah.
on a stove. Yeah, exactly. So lock your coffee inside, close it. It's gonna be hot on the bottom. You need to have either gloves or some towel to hold it. So once you lock it well, put it on top, but open the lid, right?
Keep it open.
And again, it helps you to control the temperature. Doesn't get too hot inside, right? And also, you can reduce the fire on average because it's already hot water inside. So it's going to be pretty fast, but not aggressive boiling. And you're good. You're going to get amazing cup of coffee.
I'm sure there's a few tips I definitely didn't know. I'm sure the guys on that side of the TV also didn't know that.
Now they know.
But the major conclusion,
Coffee is good.
coffee is good.
It's heaven.
Need to be mixed with a good company, a little bit of meditation, and we get today a nice, good experience about this press. There's definitely one thing which will come to my set of backpack.
All right. I hope so.
Cheers, guys. Have fun, have coffee.
Enjoy a good cup of coffee. Good energy is important.